Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. Listen, y'all, I decided that I was gonna hop on the divorced sisters train. Okay, so we gonna get into it just like we did sisters, and yeah, I'm gonna give y'all my take. And this is the review for episodes 1-4, 5 to come a little bit later. Okay, if you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it. We gonna get into it. Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know that Tyler Perry has a new show, and I feel like he may have a hit on his hand. Now, the premise is it's giving sisters, but a little bit upgraded and make them divorced. Now, Tyler, don't start convoluting the storylines. Okay, please don't have one of them sleeping with a clown, then they join the circus, all while starting an OnlyFans and selling feet pics. Don't start all that. Please don't start all that. We just want the show to stay how it is. Now, on the original Sisters, there are 4 friends and they all met in college. This is no different. You have Rashida, Tiffany, Gigi, and Naomi. Okay, and all of them are best friends and they've known each other for years throughout college and whatnot. Okay, so in episode 1, when the scene first opens up, we see Kadeen's character. Listen, Kadeen, you are doing a great job. You are doing a great job. So we see her character, Gigi, and she's in the carpool lane with her friend Tiffany. So they're just sitting there talking about how Tiffany needs to get out there and date and how Naomi is getting on everybody's nerves because she's going through this divorce and she is mean. Do you hear me? Like Naomi could chew bricks. And that's how mean she is. So they pick up her daughter, but it seems like the daughter may like the dad better than she does the mom. And the mom is Gigi. I mean, but we're going to get to that later. Okay, we're going to get to that later. Up, the lady in the carpool lane was like, "Oh, are you her mom? It's so good to see you." So that tells me that Gigi may be a little bit too busy. Okay. So after they pick her up, they get to Gigi's house and there's this loud, emotional, rambunctious lady standing in the driveway going off. And that is Naomi. Hey, girl. So she's ready to sue that trifling ex-husband of hers. And of course, people like to dismiss your feelings when you present too emotional. I completely relate to Naomi. Because it's like you're fighting mad because of how wronged you've been. And everybody wants you to calm down and think rationally because the court said so and the judge says so. But people have to remember that at the end of the day, we're real people. Okay, so please quit playing in our face. We are real people. And y'all know Tyler love a good lawyer. So Gigi's character is Naomi's attorney. Okay, now she wants Naomi to get over there and sue him. But instead, Naomi's like, "Well, just give him what he's asking for." Ma'am, you work for her. She don't work for you. Okay, let's make that very clear. Moving forward. Now, because she doesn't want to listen and Naomi's like, "I want to sue him." Then she's like, "Well, that's okay. I'm going to find me another attorney. I'm going to get somebody else to do it." So then she leaves. They ignore her and then they go on in the house. So then they pan over to Rashida. Rashida is played by LaToya Luckett. Rashida is married to a dismissive, arrogant, emotionally detached jerk of a pastor played by none other than Devon Franklin. Baby, I am convinced that this is how he was when he was married to Megan Good, and y'all can't tell me no different, baby. Y'all cannot tell me no different. His character's name is Jefferson. Okay, now, Rashida's character loves to call him by his full government name instead of calling him Jeff. She says, "Stop it, Jefferson." Baby, that Jefferson. He done already dismissed and patronized Rashida, honey, 5 minutes into the scene. Now, she knows that something is not right with him, but she cannot get him to listen to her. So they're sitting down discussing this gala / fundraiser / auction that they're having. She wants to know if Franklin will be in attendance. Now, Franklin is Naomi's ex-husband. So she's like, "Will Franklin be there?" He's like, "I'm not sure." Now she's trying to get him to make sure that he gives her a heads up so she can run an interference and Naomi won't show up there and be disappointed. But what does he do? Dismiss her. Now she's trying to keep up with this first lady image and she's in the pastor's office quietly suffering and crying. Okay, and it just really does not make any sense. So going back to Gigi's house, baby, they in the house, right? And they call the other friend, who is Bridget, and Bridget happens to work with Rashida at the church. Okay, so Rashida and Bridget, they work together. Latoya, let me tell you something. Okay, and this is neither here nor there. It's just a side note. But baby, you should have been acting. When I say been acting, now I've seen you in a few Christmas movies here and there, but the way you are giving it up on this Divorce Sistas, baby, I know you was singing and whatnot, but you should have been acting, and you should have been torn in between the two. Because, baby, you should have been acting. Baby, that girl tearing it down. Do you hear me? Tearing it down. So Gigi and Tiffany call Rashida, but Rashida is in the office crying, honey, because Jefferson don't know how to act, okay? She done started crying over Pastor Kirk and his 3 earrings, so it ain't nothing that she can do at this moment. So when they get off the phone, Gigi's daughter is like playing with her dolls, and she says, damn, you fine. So Gigi says, well, you know, you can't say that as a 5-year-old. She said, well, Daddy says it. Tell him to stop saying it to the pretty lady. Well, baby, what she say that for? She was like, pretty lady? No. You know, that's the way he talks to mom. No, ma'am. That's the way he talks to the pretty lady, okay, at the school, according to the baby doll, okay? She said that he be saying it to the lady down to the school. But when she said that, Gigi was like, is she a teacher? She said, I don't know. She's always with Maddie. Now, Maddie is a suspect because we got to get down to who this man is cheating with. Now, Maddie is one of her classmates, so now she got to get down to the bottom of it. Now, at this point in the show, I'm like, I know God and well that she is not being cheated on as well. I'm like, oh, no, ma'am, honey. Time to start volunteering down to the school. Now, this is what I'm thinking in this moment. So they pan back over to Naomi. Baby, she done hired a pay for play. She wants him to shut up and assume the position. Now, at this point, she has zero respect for men, and she does not care anything about him. Do what you are told to do. I will dominate you. And after I'm done, then you can go. Okay. And she feels that way after that lowlife that she was married to. Now, she got hers, and then she put her money on the table and whatnot. She tried to break into his Instagram. She couldn't get in there, but the man just so happened to be a hacker. So he helped her out to get into the Instagram and whatnot. At this point, she just wants to feel good. Naomi, honey, we're going to have to get down to the therapist. Now, I know it will probably be a conflict of interest if Tyler would have created one of the ladies to actually be a therapist, but somebody need to do something. Because Naomi is coming loose at the seams. Okay, she is. So then they shoot back over to Gigi, and baby, she calling down to the school. Okay, she wants to set up a fake play date with Maddie's mama. Hello, hey, this is Anika's mom. So Anika wants to play with Maddie, and I was wondering if you could give me Maddie's mom's name and number so I could set up a play date. That teacher was like, ma'am, no, we do not do that. So of course she was unsuccessful. I mean, she tried as she might, but the teacher was like, girl, if you don't go on and get off my line, moving forward. In the next scene, we see Tiffany and Bridget. They go get a mani and pedi, and Tiff had promised not to tell anybody what Gigi had uncovered when that baby was playing with those dolls. So she was like, girl, I ain't gonna say nothing. But I guess the bubbles in the pedicure bowl, honey, that made her start talking because she said something. That's why I don't be telling nobody nothing, because y'all talk too dang on much. So she ended up telling Bridget what was going down with Gigi. Now, Bridget is dating a YN who likes to play Call of Duty all damn day and wants to be a content creator. Okay, now shout out to the content creators, honey. Ain't nothing wrong with us. But sir, where is your plan? Okay, like, where's your plan? So she mad at him and she trying to hide him. But girl, you picked him. At the end of the day, you picked him. So Bridget and Tiffany are talking and they're gossiping and whatnot. And she brings up Rashida and Jefferson. And Tiffany said, well, you know what Naomi thinks he is. You know what kind of vibes Naomi thinks that he gives. Okay, and as you watch the show, I'm pretty sure you'll pick up on the vibes as well. Now, neither one of them want to admit it. So they say that it has to be something else going on with Jefferson. And they're going to get down to the bottom of it. Well, let me tell you something. While Rashida and Jefferson are counseling everybody else about their marriage, they need to go to the counseling. Because that marriage is a mess. It's full of disrespect, deceit, dismissal, and every other damn thing you can name that begins with the D. And it should end in another thing that begins with the D. Divorce. Because it's a fool. That marriage is awful. Do you hear me? Back over here with Gigi, she done went down to the school, honey, because the teacher wasn't doing what she told her to do. So she goes down to the school because, baby, this cannot wait. So there's a nice little janitor there and he's cleaning up and she knocks on the door. So she lies to him and says that her daughter left her teddy bear there and she needs to get it because the baby gonna be crying all night if she does not get this teddy bear. So I need it now. Okay. So he, was like, well, I can't really let anybody into the school. She's like, well, please, can I just get in there and look for it? Now, because she's pretty and you can pretty much get anything with your pretty privilege, he let her right on in. Sir, what if she was coming in there to do something? You should be fired immediately, even in Tyler Perry land. Okay. And see if they'll hire you down at the Empty Bank and Trust on the original Sistas. You should be fired. So anywho, he lets her on in. She goes in there. And in my mind, as I'm watching this, mind you, I'm thinking, yeah, let's expose his ass. Boy, was I wrong. Or maybe I was right. We'll see if I'm right or wrong a little bit later. She goes in there. She's looking around, but she's not looking for the teddy bear. She starts looking at the blackboard. So she sees that Maddie's last name is Houston. So she says, oh, that's Maddie. That's my daughter's best friend. Well, ma'am, you would know that if you went to the school more than one day a damn week. So the janitor goes, are you going to go ahead and look around and look for the teddy bear? She said, oh, no, I'm good. So they're having a conversation. And he says, oh, Maddie's mom. Yeah, she wears the yoga pants to the school. Oh, baby, he told her she was fine because some yoga pants be having you sitting. Okay. So she's wanting to know, well, where does she work? What does she do? And the janitor says, she works for Goya. It's her own business. It's yoga spelled backwards. Isn't that clever? So in Gigi's mind, she's thinking, hell no. But she has to say yes to the janitor to make it look like everything is copacetic. So then she says, yeah, it is. Child, this is a mess. So she didn't find nothing out, but she did find out Maddie's last name, and that's all she needs. And because she is an attorney, she will put it in the database and find out who her mama name is. Moving forward. So now we go back to the church. Rashida, aka LaToya Luckett's character, she's in the office and she's talking to a young lady, and the lady looks a little downtrodden. Okay, she looks a little sad. And the woman is telling her that she needs forgiveness and she needs counseling. So Rashida said, okay, well, do you mind telling me for what? Did you do something to me? And she says, yes, I've been sleeping with your husband. So Rashida decides to take her back to the scene of the supposed crime. She said, you've been sleeping with my husband? She says, yes. So she takes her into the pastor's office and she was asking like when and where they got it popping in the pulpit. And she says, well, we usually do it Thursdays after choir practice. Honey, not a freaky alto. Oh, child. Y'all know them altos come in, honey. So she was saying that's when they used to get it popping. So then she says, well, Myron, where was he? She said he was standing right by the door. Baby, what she say that for? Rashida pulled out them cameras and she told her, listen, girl, find you something sanctified to do. Okay, because this ain't what you want. I know you lying. But before she told the girl that she knew she was lying, she read her some scripture. So she was just like, listen, in the book of Rashida, Acts 1 and act a fool. If you don't get out of here lying on my husband, it's going to be a problem. So before she said that, the girl was like, I'm going to go to the police. I'm going to call the cops. Girl, you sitting here lying. The whole thing is a fabricated mess. Basically, the girl was going to extort money from them, but Rashida was not going to let that go down. Now, see, she better than me because I would have been no good. I would have immediately gone off and asked questions later. Immediately. Immediately. And that was the end of the episode. Moving into episode 2, it picks up with Rashida exposing this heifer for lying straight to her face. Back over with Gigi, she's back at the firm and her scavenger hunt to find this woman, it didn't go too well when she went to the school, but she did get some information. So she's in her office and her assistant comes in and tells her that a man named Javon keeps calling over and over and over again and he keeps leaving messages. And she was like, oh, okay, he'll be all right. She said, no, and he's outside in the lobby and he wants to see you. So Gigi said, you're playing, right? She said, no, I'm actually not. Okay, like he wants to see you. She calls Rashida because their characters are the closest, kind of like Andy and Karen. Okay, so that's kind of what it's given. Andy and Karen on Sistas. So Javon comes in, baby, showing up like, I'm back. And she's standing there looking like she done seen a ghost. Gigi, girl, who is this man? Huh? Don't piss me off. Come to find out, she had been creeping with Javon while she was married to William. And William is played by the character who played Tyreek on Sister. Okay, so she been cheating with him and he was cheating on his wife and they were cheating together. Now he's divorced his wife and he wants her to leave William and run off into the sunset with him. Tyler. Why does the lawyer always somehow end up lying and cheating with a married man? But this time you done messed around and made it so she was also the married person that was cheating. I guess you just wanted to add a little razzle dazzle. And see, this is kind of what annoys me with Tyler Perry's scripts. I mean, I know he gives the black people the jobs and I commend him for that. But sometimes he repeats things and he tweaks them just a little bit. 4 best friends, one of them is an attorney, the cheating, the lying, and it seems to be the same, but it's just a little bit different. It's just a mess. Baby, Gigi is trifling. Do you hear me? And I'm ready to find out who Miss Parent Teacher Conference is. The whole time, she the one doing the cheating. So she might be projecting, child. I don't know. She was trying to play like she didn't want to do it again. But when he hugged her, baby, it felt like she was waiting to excel. Shout out to Whitney Houston. May she rest in peace. It felt just like she was waiting to excel. And it gave soul tie or soulmate. It gave one of them. I don't know which soul it is, but it definitely gave one or the other. Moving forward. In the next scene, Tiffany goes to check on Naomi because Rashida and Jefferson are having a fundraiser event for the building fund. Baby, churches love a good building fund, don't they? They be building forever. Now, Rashida is nervous that Franklin, who is Naomi's ex-man, may show up. Now, she knows Naomi likes her liquor, so she wants to make sure that it's all good and that she's sober and is of sound mind and body. Listen, poor Naomi is stuck. She is so hurt about her ex that she cannot move past it. Now, until she gets her lick back, she ain't gonna be all right. Okay, she is not. And everybody keeps repeating, well, you got $37 million from him. You got $37 million. That is nothing to sneeze at. Don't get me wrong. But that does not erase when someone hurts you to your core. Okay, that does not erase that. Especially when you gave them your heart and then they do you like he did. He had an affair with this white woman and got this 25-year-old white woman pregnant. And then the dish ran away with the spoon. So she's supposed to be like, well, he gave me 37 mil, so we even. No, she actually loved her husband. So if you actually love somebody, then you're going to feel away when you get got. So Tiffany was basically telling her, you know, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. It wasn't as bad as yours, but I got to pay this man alimony. Girl, please sue that attorney ASAP. And if it was Gigi, sue her as well. Because why do you have to pay him alimony? Child, these men be so sassy, child. Trying to get you to pay their attorney fees, alimony, pay for their nails and their toes to get did. Why do y'all want money from the woman? Just be a man about it. Like, just be a man about it. Tony Braxton told us. Like, I don't know why y'all be wanting money from people. It's just giving ignorant. So anyway, they all want her to get over it and they want her to stop suing him because they feel like it's frivolous and it's just a way for them to go tit for tat. I agree with that in the logistical sense that you should just let him be. But on the emotional side of me says, get him, sis. Get him. Okay. Speaking as a woman, get him. So they said that she was like suing for things like a parking spot at the country club. I mean, sounds reasonable to me, but that's just me. In the next scene, after Tiffany and Naomi have fought, okay, back and forth and back, we pan over to Rashida and she gets home and Gigi is there. So they go into her bedroom so they can talk. So Gigi tells Sheeta that she knows that William is cheating on her. And I mean, see, this is why you cannot do dirt, because it causes paranoia. So now you damn paranoid because you think he's done something to you, and I don't really think he did anything. Now your nervous system cannot rest because you done sat up here and thought that he did something to you that he probably is not doing, but we don't know yet. Now she wants to know if Rashida and Jefferson are okay. And she's like, are y'all good? Girl, she's still pretending everything is okay when Jefferson is the one and one of the top 2 jackasses on this show. Top 2. It might not be he number 2. Because I was going to say the other one was number 2, but he's number 2. The way that he infuriates me, it's got to be studied. It really does. Also, he kind of treats LaToya like that first husband of hers did. Y'all remember when her and her husband had that show? He was a jerk. So both her and Devon are method acting. Because they done already been through this before. So LaToya knows exactly how to act. And Devon knows that's probably how he did Megan. Well, allegedly in my mind, child. So Rashida was like, well, you know, I feel like you're trying to find something that William is doing wrong because you cheated 6 years ago. Now, mind you, the first lady and the cheater are the closest friends. And Gigi was cheating on her husband with a man who was also married, who happens to be her husband's friend. Listen to me. This just proves the holes in the church and the hypocrisy. Because if you are the first lady and your husband is leading the church, teaching the Bible, then your BFF is committing adultery, and you're like, well, don't mess it up again. Make it make sense. I mean, I know only God can judge, but it's really some hypocrites out there. And it really be like that for real. Gigi know good and dang on well that was not right. Okay, you know that wasn't right. And she's not even trying to hear it because, Rashida is trying to explain it to her, but she's not listening. So she told her, girl, I want you to wait on God and allow him to guide you. Well, I don't think she's listening. Okay. So then she tells her, speaking of Javon, yeah, he's back, girl. Rashida said he back well. Girl, he back in the A. He is back. Now, Rashida told her, girl, don't let this man mess up your marriage because the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And he gonna take everything from you. Meanwhile, she probably thinking about how she gonna sleep with him tonight, y'all. Moving forward. Girl, Gigi don't want William. He does not light her fire. Okay, he doesn't give fire and desire. It's something about him that she don't like. She gonna get burned playing with Javon, though, looking for that damn fire. I'll tell you that. Back at Bridget's house, her man done quit his job so he can get his TikTok on. I'm like, what is happening, honey? And now that he has no job, he wants to go down to the gala with her. Baby, when he pulled that uniform out of that dirty clothes hamper, I said, oh, hell no. That is nasty. Tyler, now don't piss me off. You might as well have had him standing outside the gas station begging for change and spare cigarettes. So I knew he was going to be held when I saw that design in his head. I said, oh, Tyler done got him one with them zigzags. Oh, baby, when they had them zigzags, honey, they going to take you through some 90s hell, honey. Absolutely not. In the next scene, Naomi is at the house getting glam, but she's watching that lowlife that she used to be married to on the gram. So she's telling them, listen, with a sociopath, if I don't see what he's doing, I will not know what steps to take. And when I say that triggered me, because when men like that keep taunting and tormenting you, you try to find ways to be proactive instead of reactive. You cannot sit around and wait for them to pounce because there's always a trick up their sleeve. It's always something. So you really have to keep your good eye on them, honey. You got to keep your cat eye on them. So she goes and she's trying to figure out what he's posting online, and she sees this post. And the post said, nothing is better than my second wife's happiness, except when you get back what's yours from your ex-wife. Now, to me, that says that you are not over your first wife, but your new supply is giving you everything that your narcissistic behind needs. So you're going to put this out there because you know how to bait her. Naomi, girl, he's trying to trigger you. He's being strategic. There's no reason for you to even feed into it because he already know how to get you. You got to gray rock him, girl. Don't say nothing. Give him yes. No, don't even give him that. Y'all don't have to interact. Your child is an adult. So it would be no reason for me to even talk to him, but that's just me. Now, she knows that he's up to something, but of course, people always try to dismiss you because you're too overly emotional. Back at Gigi's house, William is at home and he's like, hey, to the daughter, did your mom come pick you up from school? That baby said, yeah, but I wish you would have come. You make it fun. I don't think she liked that mama too tough. Gigi, girl. So now that he's home, he's trying to connect with Gigi. You know, he's sitting down trying to talk to her, but she seems emotionally checked out. Now they're going on this trip to Italy, and she up here thinking about the ghost of Sneaky Link's past. Ma'am, you need to be thinking about your husband. Girl, don't be dogging that man out because your conscience eating you up. That is crazy. Everybody is worried about Franklin Aloysius Mumford showing up down to the gala, so nobody can even think straight because they know Naomi is going to lose it. Now, he thinks that he did something to Gigi because she's not talking. The whole time it's something he didn't do and somebody that she did do. You ain't did nothing, William. Okay, she's just a liar, a cheater, a deceiver, heartbreaker. Child, she's a liar. Moving forward. Over on the other side at Rashida's house, Jeff acting all weird, whispering and talking on the phone. To my, yeah, here she come. I gotta go. So he hangs the phone up. She said, who was that? That was a private conversation. Ain't no private conversation when you married to me. But maybe that's just me. Okay, Like, you need to say who you're on the phone with. Why you can't tell me who you're on the phone with, huh, bro? So I'm just looking at this like, baby, he hates her. Okay, he hates her guts. Everything she says upsets him. He does not like you, Rashida. Oh, child. You know, Tyler went over there and got some of this inspiration from Rashida and Kirk, and he ain't fooling me, child. Because the fact that this lady's name is Rashida and she getting treated how she being treated. Okay. So the kids hear them arguing and fussing back and forth and forth and back. And they basically call them out on being fake. Like y'all fronting in front of the church the whole time. Y'all are falling apart behind the scenes. And that's those IG couples for you. Okay. That's the John Grays and his wife of the world. They only want you to know what they want you to know. But in front of everybody, they're putting on a united front. And they be sad as I'll get out when they get home. Child, it ain't no way. I just rather be alone, child, because I ain't got time for this. Fiction or fact or whatever. And this may be fiction, but the truth is there are a lot of women, including myself, that have gone through these things. And it's just really terrible. Moving forward. He ain't even like the kids, honey. Talking about, I can't wait for you guys to go to college. And our life was so much easier before you became teenagers. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Because you don't want them to gain consciousness. You don't want them to grow so they can see the BS that's going on between the two of you. Y'all have made it so the daughter says she doesn't even want to get married because what y'all teach down at that church is not what you're actually practicing. You need to practice what you preach. Them kids called it right on out, honey. I know that's right. So they getting ready, right, to go to the gala because the children have now dismissed themselves. They're arguing. They're getting ready. And Rashida looks at Jefferson and she says, you know, there's no one that loves you like I do. He just looked at her. She said, okay, this is the part where you say it back. He's like, oh, you know I do. It's not about if she knows. She wants to hear it. And you know what? She is saying that because she knows that he thinks that there's someone else who loves him more than she does. He couldn't even say it back. Like, why couldn't you just repeat the same thing back to your wife? It's because you don't feel like that. And speaking of chaos in the home, honey, let's get back over here with Gigi. Baby, Gigi is at the house and Javon is in the dang on living room playing in Gigi's face. I said, baby, not Javon being at the house. Now, Javon is the man that Gigi cheated with, who is her husband's friend. Y'all keep up, honey. Keep up. You know what this reminded me of, though, y'all? This reminds me of when Maya cheated on Darnell with Stan, and then he befriended Darnell and was all up in the house on Girlfriends. Oh, hell no. Baby, this is a mess. Poor Tyreek. First, Tia wanted to go down there and spin around with that professor. And now Gigi is cheating on you with Javon. Poor Tyreek. He can't catch a break. Moving forward. See, what I want y'all to understand, and let me just say this. Let me just get this out here, okay, for anybody that's listening. Men don't let you cheat in peace. You know how women let the men cheat in peace? They don't do that. Baby, they gonna make sure they call you out. Women will, they'll play their part. They'll take a little payola sometimes. They'll lay low. They love to feel like they got the upper hand on the other woman. Whole time he ain't never leaving his wife. But you know what? Men will show up. Okay? They will show up at your child's damn dance recital. Play with them if you want to. Okay? Play with them if you want to. Now, they say women are the more emotional ones, but I beg to differ. Men are super emotional. Piss one of them off. And they're unforgiving. Now, if you cheat on them, you're dead to them. If they cheat on us, oh man, come on, we need to just get past this. Come on now, you know you can forgive me. You know I love you. I didn't mean to do it. They want you to just hear up and get over it. So y'all can do with that what you will, honey. But I'm just telling you, it's definitely not what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Not with no man. Absolutely not. So William had invited him to go to the gala with them, right? And he wants to introduce their daughter, Anika. Well, baby, Gigi looks at Javon, and Javon was kind of taken aback by the baby's name. He said, oh, you named her Anika. He said, yeah, I wanted to name her my grandmother's name, but I lost. And Gigi named her Anika. Y'all listen to this. Gigi's so damn low down. She done named their daughter the name that her and Javon came up with when they were creeping. Baby, they were going to run off into the sunset and name their daughter Anika. Gigi, let me tell you something. You are in a male-identified field with this level of betrayal. Girl, I don't know what's going on, but this is crazy. When Javon heard that name, he said, I love that name. I'm sure you do. So Anika came down the stairs, honey, and as soon as that little baby came down the stairs, I said, she looked just like Javon. Now, I don't know how they did that, but she does look just like that man. So, they introduce the baby and whatnot. And Javon is kind of interacting a little bit. So William says, I'm going to go put her to sleep. I'm going to put her to bed. Just give me like 2 seconds. He leaves Gigi and Javon in the living room together. So Javon says to Gigi, she's beautiful. She has her father's eyes. Is she mine? And that was the end of the episode. Child, let's move into episode 3. So she's standing there like it's impossible. Okay, it just cannot be your baby. So he told her, you know what? I really wanted you back then. And I thought about you for 6 long years. He said, you're supposed to be my wife. She said, your wife? What are you talking about? Well, baby, he said, you know what? Actually, I take that back. It's been 5 years and 11 months. He said, how old is she? Now, baby, she is 5. And it was at that moment, Gigi knew she messed up. Baby, the way that she was looking, I said, oh, Gigi, girl, you in danger. Gigi is in danger. Listen, Tyler, you can do so much with this. Don't piss me off, okay? You got it in the palm of your hands, but don't start messing it around and making it crazy like Sistas. That's why I stopped watching that, because it had just gotten too crazy. And I'm sure that Karen's twins are still baking. I ain't got time. Now, these two have too much passion for me. She's still in lust with this man. Javon is a dangerous man, honey. The fact that he gonna stand up in this man's house and tell his wife that he was supposed to be his wife. Gigi, girl, you better not play with him, because he seemed like the type to seek revenge, and he ain't fooling me. Over on the other side, Rashida and Jeff are on the way to the gala, arguing all the damn way there. He can't even say I love you without sarcasm. Girl, just stop talking to him. This is where you just ride in silence. Don't even say nothing. He gonna say, you know I love you. I say it every Sunday. Baby, the narcissism was oozing from his pores. Is she supposed to be happy because you say it every Sunday? She told him that's performative. You want to appear like the perfect couple in front of the congregation, but really and truly, that's not what we giving in real life. She said, you know what? I would love it if we could have sex every now and again. Oh, no, ma'am, honey. A man that does not want to have sex with his wife is a glaring red flag. It's just grounds for divorce, child. Because that's just unlikely, honey. Something ain't right. Something in the buttermilk is not clean. Absolutely not. Moving forward. Now, she's trying to talk to him, and he's all about putting on a front. He told her, I didn't even want to ride with you tonight. And you know why? It's because you're nagging. Baby, let me tell you something. This show know it's going to trigger me. They never want to talk to you because that may mean they may have to take some accountability for their actions. And they're going to gaslight you into oblivion. So it's best that you don't even talk to them no damn way. That man told her, you know how many women at the church want me? And I gave you a good life. Oh, baby, don't threaten her with a good time. How many women at the church want you? They can have your ass. Oh, baby, this couldn't be me, honey. She quickly clocked his tea. She told him, no, it was my grandfather's money that paid for all of this. Do you really want to talk about the life that you gave me? Everybody on mute. Honey, you ain't got nothing to say. You ain't got nothing to say. In the next scene, Naomi is dressed and ready to go. Now, she comes out in the dress, and she had on that same dress that if you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, Angela Oakley posted one of the confessional looks that didn't make the cut, and they had on that exact same dress. So that, it's an identical dress or whatnot. That's neither here nor there. That's just a side note. She comes down. The glam team is hyping her up. And then all of a sudden you hear a knock at the door. Boom, 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 boom. Open up. It's the police. Baby, the police is at the door. The police then showed up with a warrant. Now, she don't want to go outside because they haven't even told her what they're there for. Girl, you know they're there to get that stuff. Girl, get them people that stuff and going on, child. So they start ransacking the place. Taking her cars, her jewelry, her art, all of that. They took everything. And she did not want to give it up because they were going to give it to her ex. And I mean, she knew he was up to something. And she tried to tell everybody, but they never listened to her. I can relate. Now, he wants to take everything and give it to the now new wife. And she kept hollering about, you're not taking this and you're not taking that. Every time she yelled about what they were not taking, they took it. Girl, these men will make sure that they leave you a shell of yourself. And you got some money out of them too? Oh, baby, he ain't gonna never let you rest, honey. You will never see a day of peace. Do you hear me? Meanwhile, in the car with the threes company, Gigi, William, and Javon, William is trying to hook him up with Tiffany. Talking about, Javon, I got somebody nice for you. And he's like, nah, I got my eye on someone else. He said, oh, well, no, she's Gigi's friend. Well, as soon as he said she was Gigi's friend, he was all in. And meanwhile, Gigi up there squirming in her seat. I said, oh, girl, they finna get you. So as they're on the way to the gala, they call to tell Gigi about Naomi, and she's hoping that Naomi won't show up to the gala. That's all y'all worried about. Are y'all worried about if she's okay? Because all I see are girlfriends blaming her for her emotional side of being betrayed. And then on top of that, y'all are just trying to make sure that she doesn't show up, but you're not checking in on her to make sure she's okay. Child, anyway, back over at the venue, Bridget is there. And she's the assistant at the church. So she's setting up the venue, her and her man talking about let me get some content right quick. He dressed like a damn maitre d', so they thought he worked there. Sir, it's giving table 2, okay? Take some water to table 2. A mess. That man said, you're a waiter, because there was another man there helping set up. He said, nah, I'm a content creator. I'm not a waiter, I'm a content creator. I mean, you might be able to be a rapper because it did rhyme. So, so maybe you could maybe go out to the studio and drop some beats, honey, see if Candy down there. And Bridget's so damn embarrassed, y'all. She like, ooh, honey, why? The sex good, ain't it? It's some zigzags. See, you are letting that cloud your judgment. And now here you are. She don't even want people to know they together. He was like, why you ain't tell that man we together? She was like, that's not anybody's business. Girl, you're ashamed of him. And that's just that on that. So everybody is arriving to the gala, right? Now Rashida and Jefferson have been arguing the whole ride up. They get out and show up like everything's good, holding hands and everything. So all the divorced sisters are there now. Gigi tells them that something is going on with Naomi. So they were like, okay, well, let's call her. They call and Naomi down to the liquor store, fully sloshed. I'm talking about drunk as a skunk, loose as a goose, child. Now, I don't know why these men want things back from you. Just take your duffel bag and go, buddy. Okay? Just let it be. If you're so happy with your new supply, why are you bothering me? Because you love triangulation. And you know why? It's because you're a narcissist and they don't want to admit that. Okay. And I know that word may seem overused to some people, but honey, we are just now getting a name to put to a diagnosis. Okay. These people have been running rampant for years and we did not know who they were or what they were. But now we can put a name with a face, and narcissism it is. Moving forward. So they call her, she a mess, she drunk, she's hurt, she's disheveled, she shouldn't even be driving, okay? And they didn't even ask her if she was driving. They were more concerned with her not bumping into Franklin Aloysius Mumford. Okay, so they get off the phone with her, they pan out to the men, they're talking, and here come Vaughn being all stereotypical. Let me tell you something. There is no reason for this man to be a caricature, Tyler. Okay, now let you slide with Zach. I was like, okay, Zach is charismatic, he working down to the airport. And soon he got his life together because he hit on a stock and whatnot. But sometimes it just gives ridiculousness. So like I said, they all talking. Javon and William, they come up, they join them. Then the ladies come out. William introduces Javon to Tiffany. Mind you, Tiffany is Gigi's best girlfriend. So Rashida and Gigi kind of give each other the side eye. They give each other a look. Like, girl, you see this shit? Yeah. Yes, baby. It's gonna go down. So they all sit down and the auction is underway. Okay, it's time for Jefferson and Rashida to act like they like each other. They say a prayer, and as they're praying, baby Gigi can't even pray good because she up there watching Javon. Ma'am, bow your head. Okay? I say bow your head. Okay, let's get into it. So after they say the prayer, Vaughn comes over to Bridget and he's like, I want to know where we're sitting. Bridget say, we sitting in the back. Well, hell, he might as well work with the wait staff. He's sitting in the kitchen. I say, girl, that man do not want to sit all the way back there. So Vaughn starts spilling all this pillow talk as soon as they get to the table because they allowed them to sit with the group. And I'm just like, Vaughn, hush. Somebody's that old girl, the one that got cheated on. You're not supposed to say it out loud. Okay, I'm coming to tell you something as my man, and you up there telling everybody else. So Tiffany and Javon were kind of chuckling it up. And everybody's looking at the table, and Gigi said, what's so funny? Oh, baby, she was hot. Girl, he don't want Tiffany. He trying to make you jealous. He does not like Tiffany, and I don't think that's fair to her. Y'all all need to get yourselves together, okay? So Gigi gets up from the table. She's crying. Girl, if you don't want to be married, then you need to divorce William. Because, and I know it's messy, but it's not fair to him to be treated like this if you really don't want him. So then Rashida, of course, went behind her. They're in there talking. And, Gigi's kind of telling her what's going on and how he ended up in her living room. And then she tells her that he thinks that Anika is his daughter. She said, now why would he think that? She said, well, it was around the time of the IVF and the IVF failed and we had sex. Rashida said, one time, right? She said, no, way more than one time. Oh, child. Gigi, girl, this is some old Jerry Springer, Maury Povich. You are not the father mess if I ever did see. Girl, this is messy. Back at the table, Vaughn up there bothering the armor bearer, asking about his jacket. Somebody, that's a nice jacket, player. Baby, the boys are fighting. So Myron going back and forth with Vaughn, and Vaughn is like, I ain't got no time. But back to Tiffany and Javon, child, because anybody got time to play with him. I feel bad for Tiffany because he's using her as a pawn to play in Gigi's face. Now, she already didn't want to date. Now she's in there telling Rashida and Gigi that she actually likes him and she thinks he's cute and she doesn't mind getting back out there. And then here you are playing in her damn face. Back outside, Bridget pulls Vaughn to the side to ask him to leave. Now, I felt bad for him a little bit, but I was like, he got to go, child. He's just doing way too much. So while all the commotion is going on, Franklin Aloysius Mumford and his wife, Lindsay Lohan, walk in. Lindsay Lohan daddy. Lindsay Lohan daddy. Honey, shout out to Nene. They come walking their ass in. Now she talking about, I didn't want to come to this. Is the dragon lady here? Tiffany and Rashida walk over and Tiffany goes, the dragon lady? Who do you mean? If you mean Naomi, no, she's not. So then she gonna extend her hand to shake this lady's hand. Ma'am, do not shake her hand. We ain't cool with this home wrecker. See, this when we need Danny. This is when we need Danny, honey, because Danny would have been, whoop that trick, baby. Danny don't play that. We need a crossover. We need sisters to meet divorced sisters and call it sister. We need we need some serious help. This don't make no damn sense. Let me tell you something. I ain't shaking no damn hands. Not with no heifer that done came around and slept with my friend's husband and then had a baby with him. And then you gonna stand in the midst of her circle and call her a dragon lady? Oh, hell no. Child, please. It would be no way you could be in my presence. And then you gonna shake her hand? Baby, that hand would have fell off. Okay, it would have fallen off before I touched it. So anywho, like I said, sister, coming soon. So they go to sit down. And the friend is sitting in Rashida's seat. Myron done moved over there and started sitting next to Devon, a.k.a. Jefferson. Like, why you sitting in my seat? Where's your wife? So Rashida looks at him. She said, did you drink my water? He said, no, ma'am, I didn't. Like, get up and go sit down somewhere else. So then Naomi walks in because, baby, didn't nobody think she was coming. Everybody's like, oh, my gosh, Naomi is here. Naomi done went and changed and everything, baby. It's about to go down. And that was the end of the episode. When episode 4 first opens up, baby, Naomi noticed that the new supply was there. And he up there shaking his head when he see Naomi. Focus on your wife, sir. Now, you can tell that he was secretly judging her because he was just looking at her all upside her head and, you know, she's visibly drunk. So they bring her some coffee to try and sober her up. And she's like, I love your earrings. I mean, you should. They're yours. I do not know how this skank can sit here and wear this woman's old, used earlobe earrings. Or as my grandmother calls them, earbobs. Why do you have on that woman's earbobs? Girl, bye. Then here go Jefferson talking about your friend has to go. No, you got to go. Why don't you get up and hit the road, Jack? And don't you come back no more. Now, I am going to say this. I would not be allowing my friend to sit there and give him the satisfaction of seeing me off my square. Y'all need to protect her. Now, I don't like Jefferson, but in the same breath, I do agree that Naomi may need to get up and exit because it's not a good look. And you don't want to give him that. He already think he won with this Caucasian lady. Moving forward. So they bring her over a cup of coffee because they want her to sober up. So Naomi asked Bridget for the whole pot of coffee because it was too cold. So they begin this auction. Now, Tyler, I do not know what kind of fairy tale land you live in. Why did you make it seem like it was believable to bid $50,000 to go to the Bahamas? Tyler, be very for real, okay? Some things I just got to call out, honey. Not $50,000 to go to the Bahamas. Where they going to stay? Like, are they going to forever be a resident of the Bahamas for $50K? Child, anyway, back at the table, Franklin is sitting there taunting Naomi. And the auction is still going on while all this is happening. He's saying little, slick stuff. There's no way he or his little slore would have even existed in my world. Baby, the way that I would have twirled around and acted like he didn't exist, because that's what really gets them. When you act like they are no longer living, just act like you don't see them. Now, Javon did try to run an interference so Naomi wouldn't focus on that loser that she was married to, which I thought was a good job, but it wasn't really working. Okay, because she still was focused on this man that she used to be married to. So the auction proceeds, y'all. There's this painting there, the exact same painting that they had just taken from Naomi's house in episode 3. So the photo is up there, and Franklin gets up and he starts speaking his speech about the painting. So he starts to state how he was in this marriage and he's now divorced and the woman was toxic and his new wife is so great and she's not toxic. Jefferson, can your friend say all that and that's cool? Oh, okay. So he can say whatever he wants, but she can't say anything. Okay, got it. And Rashida, I'm sure you're looking at him and jotting down thoughts in your head. Okay, this is the man you married to. So then he starts to say how the painting was painted by Naomi's drug-addicted brother who died from an overdose. So the value of his collection went up, even though he was worthless alive. Now he's worth millions of dollars. Yeah, the way that I was shaking, I would have charged that stage like I was one of the Atlanta Falcons. Baby, I would have tackled him. Baby, y'all would have thought y'all was at the Super Bowl. It ain't no damn way. So he went ahead and started the bid at $5. So she starts the bid at $5. She said, do I hear 10? Do I hear 20? He said, no, stay at 10. So then Tiffany says $5,000. I said, I know that's right, girl. So then she says $20,000. Now, Franklin does not want them to have the painting because he knows that they're going to give it back to Naomi. So then Franklin says, you know what? I'll take it for $5 million. Unless someone wants to pay $37 million for it. Now, she showed great restraint because I was enraged just watching this because they really think they have the upper hand. They really try to control you. And if you react at all, then you know you're going to get the stereotypical aggressive, angry black woman that's not able to regulate her emotions, who can't let go. You're bitter, you're this, you're that. So she's not saying anything, even though she's drunk, and they're holding her so she doesn't say anything. So then Naomi says, I want to go. Now, when he gets back to the table, he tells his Caucasian wife, you know what? It's trash. I'll hang it in the garage. So Naomi was like, I got to go, y'all. I got to go. So they're getting up. And as they're getting up, she picks up that boiling pot of coffee and threw it all over little Miss Muppet back. I said, let her cook. Baby, when she threw that up and she dropped to the ground, I said, oh, hell no. Now listen, the only thing is that you should have gotten him too. Don't let him get away. You should have got him too. She had Lindsay Lohan stop, drop, shut him down, open up shop. Baby, she had her stop, drop, and roll. Do you hear me? She was on fire. And, I was so satisfied. But yet I was dissatisfied that he got away scot-free. Now, I guess the dragon lady burned you, didn't she? Poor little Tink Tink. You spoke it into existence. See, that's why you can't speak certain things. You called her a dragon and then she burned you. Fire-breathing dragon. Hot. Scalding hot. So, baby, the police arrest Naomi. And while this lady is turning like a rotisserie chicken at Sam's Club, everybody's just scattering, looking, and everything's going crazy. So Jefferson wants to run to the hospital talking about, let's go, Rashida. Rashida said, no, I'm not going there. I'm going to check on Naomi. You're still going to be her friend? He going to say, he just gave us millions of dollars and you're not going to go to the hospital? Sir, F you. Okay, respectfully. You and Betty Crocker. If you care that much about Franklin Mumford, then why don't you go check on him and Lindsay Lohan? She ain't got to go down there. So Gigi tells her, girl, don't worry. Okay, don't fight. I will go to the jail. Okay, because she probably going to be there all night. I got this. So here go Javon talking about, I'll go with you as well. I know some judges. I got some connects. Because he's a lawyer too. I forgot to throw that in there. Girl, you don't need to be going nowhere with Javon. And Javon, you just trying to be along with Gigi and you ain't fooling me. But baby, then Tiffany said, I'll go too. It reminded me of when your big sister goes somewhere and she has to take the little sister or she can't go. That's Tiffany. Tiffany, baby, if you only knew. I know Javon was like, damn, I ain't want her to go. Well, she's going, okay, because she thinks you like her. And that's just that on that. Moving forward. Now, in my mind, Tyler is going to write Javon and Tiffany as a couple, and then they're going to get, far along in their relationship, and then she's going to find out that he had a thing with Gigi, and then William's going to leave. I'm telling you how Tyler mind works, okay? It's giving a web of deceit as we speak. So Bridget tells William, well, that's okay, William, I'll drop you off because I know you have to relieve the sitter. Now, Bridget goes to drop William off. Now, I don't know if y'all peeped this, but William and Bridget had a little chemistry. I don't know. Something about that car ride just gave chemistry. Now, y'all can do with that what you will, honey, but that's what it was looking like. Now, I will say, as they were riding in the car, they were talking about what went down. And William even said that Franklin was trying to torture Naomi. Okay, because anybody can see that except Jefferson, because he worried about that damn building fund. Bridget was blaming herself because she was like, I should have never given her the coffee. And, William was being really positive about it. Like, you didn't have any idea she was going to do that with the coffee. Gigi, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. While you out here looking for passion, Bridget see what you got. Okay, and she trying to get rid of him and his PlayStation. And it ain't even a PlayStation 5, honey. It's still the 3. So you better pay attention to what's going on at your house. In the other car, the energy is way different. Javon is making calls to the hospital. He's trying to get, help for Naomi. Gigi, quiet as a church mouse. She ain't saying nothing. Tiffany, steady flirting. Ma'am, read the room. Now is not the time for that. Okay? Baby, I know Gigi wanted to spontaneously combust. She looked so uncomfortable. So they up here talking about these pictures, right? Because at the table, he was saying how he takes pictures and this, that, and this, and he said that he also took pictures of Gigi. So Tiffany goes, oh, I didn't know that. Can I see the pictures, Gigi? And she's like, no, right now we're focusing on Naomi. Like, everybody just shut up. Why are y'all talking? Now, Gigi is irritated and taking it out on Tiffany. Girl, you the one that cheated with this man. Don't be being mean to Tiff because you the cheater. Over in car number 3, which is Jefferson and Rashida, he's still being an ass clown, blaming Rashida for Naomi. He's like, why are you crying? I got burned too. You were just standing off to the side. She said, oh, okay, well, you had somebody looking out for you, a.k.a. Myron. He said, that's not my wife. She said, are you sure? I know that's right, honey, because that friend a little bit too close for comfort. You hear me? Because they be in love with their homeboys for real. So for me, I would have said the same damn thing. So then she says, I see the way he looks at you. Ooh, baby, that discernment is kicking right on in. Not out, buddy. Baby, that discernment kicking in. Oh, my goodness. He ain't say nothing. He's like, you think every woman and man down at the church want me. Ain't that what you said? Ain't that your friend? That's what you said. You said that she needs to beware because people want you. So then he tells her, Myron doesn't matter right now. We're talking about the poor girl. Rashida said, poor girl. She had an affair with my friend's husband, got pregnant, and now they're taunting her. Okay, child, please. Ain't nobody worried about no poor girl. But I have to say this, though, to be fair, even though this is scripted, Gigi is just like the girl that's down there burnt up. Okay, because she cheated on her man, and we don't know if Anika is his or not. So it's kind of looking parallel a little bit, but we're here. She was like, her actions are awful. Gigi's actions are awful as well. But I know that's your home girl, honey. So that's your partner. So you ain't gonna say nothing. So then they proceed to argue all the way to the hospital. I ain't got it in me. I couldn't do it. And let me tell y'all something. I never argue in a car. That's like taking medicine and operating heavy machinery. It impairs your judgment and it distracts you. Do not argue with a person in a car if you want your life. That's just not a good look. And I'm not talking about this fictional show. I'm talking about for real though. Do not argue in a car. And I want to add that I would have been cussed Jefferson out, but that's just me. Okay. Now she's trying to explain that Naomi is her friend. Girl, I wouldn't explain nothing to him. Because the fact of the matter is he sees nothing wrong with Franklin's actions, but he can call out Naomi and tell you to cut her off. He is the same man that Franklin is. He's just a man of the cloth. Okay, so no. And this is the longest trip to the hospital that I've ever seen in my damn life. Can we hurry up and get on down the road? Now, over on the other side, William has made it home and he went there to relieve the nanny. So as soon as he gets home, he calls to check on Gigi. And baby, Gigi in hell right now. Her man talking to another woman. She'll call you back. Gigi, you gonna piss me off, girl. You really gonna piss me off. Meanwhile, they paying over to Tiffany and Javon. They over there sitting there laughing like Shireen and Play, trying to get kid out of jail after house party. Child, this is just a mess. Bridget gets home, right? And Vaughn is on the game. Talking about, I saw everything that went down at the church on TikTok. He talking about, they calling old girl a hero for going after that girl who stole her man. Baby, when I tell you I hollered, I'm like, Vaughn, please. Okay, you and your zigzags. So then he did apologize to her. And she was like, what you apologizing to me for? He apologized for whatever, honey, because the age difference is differencing and she getting an attitude. Girl, let him be a drive-by. It is clear that he's not the caliber of man that you want. You want a William and you got a Vaughn. Okay, so just leave him alone. Then he gonna get down on his knee and give her these damn Hobby Lobby artificial flowers, talking about they ain't gonna die like our love. Then he tells her, you can go on upstairs and run me a bath to show me how much you love me. I showed you how much I love you. With the flowers that came out of her restroom. What are you talking about? Let me tell you something. The way him and those flowers would be on the outside and at game too, I would have threw him right on out of there like Uncle Phil used to do jazz on Fresh Prince. Baby, you would have seen him flying across the lawn. Boy, bye. Moving forward. Over on the other side, Rashida and Jefferson get to the hospital. Franklin, you want to sit here and play victim talking about she has 3rd-degree burns. Okay. Okay. So then he says, because of that bit, he calling her out of her name. So then Rashida piped up and called him out. So then he said she should have thought about that before trying to turn my son against me. Sir, your son is the same age as this tramp that you're married to. I am sure that he made an informed decision on his own. He's a grown man. She said, well, I don't agree with what she did. He said, then you need to tell your friend to stop. She said, I did. And now I'm telling you to stop. But baby, when he told Jeff to get his bit, all that first lady jazz went out the window. She turned into Toya from H-Town. Baby, she cussed him smooth out. The way he didn't have her back, that said everything to me. Jefferson, you're weak sauce. You are weak sauce. And he gonna tell her, you can come in, but she has to stay out. I'm like, oh, hell no. Well, then look, if my wife can't come, I can't come either. Then he tells Myron, keep an eye on her. Now, at first he said, you can go ahead and go home. She said, no, we came together. We gonna leave together. You think you finna leave with Myron and you came with me? You must be out your rabbit mind. I'm gonna sit right here until you get ready and then we'll leave. So he goes in to pray for Lindsay to be healed. Well, honey, make sure you pray for Franklin to be a better human being while you're at it. After they get through praying, now Franklin is talking about, I just can't give you the money because of Rashida being friends with Naomi. You weren't going to give him no money anyway. Okay, you was playing in his damn face the whole time. But he's so silly, he can't even see it. Moving forward. Let me tell y'all something. Males going to stick together. I would say men, but some of them don't act like it. So males will stick together no matter what. He leaves the hospital. They leave to go home. And now he wants to chastise her because he didn't get the money. Jefferson, sir, if you don't go to hell, respectfully. Okay. And like she said, he just wanted to taunt Naomi and make her mad. And did. That's all he cared about, was making her upset. And she told him, she said, you let that man call me out of my name and you didn't do anything. He just sat there, didn't say nothing. Baby, the way that he gave her complete silence, he drove to the house, hopped out the car and went inside. She was sitting there. She said, he didn't open my door for me. He didn't open my door for me. Girl, who cares? Hop in the driver's seat, drive yourself down to the damn courthouse to file for divorce and wait until morning for them to open. Child, please, he would never have to open another door for me. And that was the end of the episode, baby. Those were episodes 1-4. Episode 5 has already come out, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but it will be up soon. I really like Divorce Sisters. I really like it so far. Let's see how it pans out. There's some stereotypical stuff in here, and I know Tyler sometimes gets on my nerves, and sometimes I'll dip in and I'll dip out. Let's hope that this isn't that, and he can stay on the straight and narrow, and we'll be good. Butter yeah. Fatima and them mixed in with this group, that's gonna be good. Sister. Y'all comment down below. Tell me exactly what you thought about episodes 1-4. 5 will be coming soon. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.